Hello Aquarius, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning into your 2021 yearly tarot reading. This is going to be a general reading for you, going month by month to have a look and see what's coming up for the next 12 months. So I did initially do a reading with these cards, and I did the extended version, which has been uploaded to my Vimeo channel, but I accidentally have misplaced the file. So look, there were some very key messages for you in the extended version, so I decided to redo this. So hence why I'm not shuffling the cards out, because these had already come up for you here. So I hope that's okay, Aqua, but we'll go through each card and we'll see what comes up for you. Kicking off with January and then ending with December here. So January, you had the Seven of Swords. So Aquarius, this is possibly some deceptive behavior happening around you. You're treading lightly in certain situations and not being too committal. The Seven of Swords can point to deceptive behavior or doing things that are taboo, okay? Some of you are sort of looking at things, looking over your shoulder, hoping not to get caught, or looking to see what everyone else is doing here. So I think this could be connected to a fellow air sign, so an Aquarius, a Gemini, or Libra, but notice how he's sort of doing some avoidant behavior here. So it's almost like you're walking on eggshells, or you're avoiding a certain topic in January. But then things will start to pick up, because in February you had the Chariot card, a card of progress, a card of stardom, a card of accelerating. So I think the Chariot, things are going to come to the surface here. For a lot of you, this is a lot of progression forward, especially in an emotional connection. This can represent the sign of Cancer. So there might be a Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus around you by this month. You can see the black and white sphinxes here, which would indicate a pairing of some kind. So some of you are entering into a relationship union. Some of you are entering into a business collaboration, whilst others are connecting with someone on a deeper emotional level. It can also be stepping out into the world, becoming exclusive, becoming famous, putting your name out there, having something attached to your name, but could also be room for promotion, and overcoming a massive obstacle that stands in your path. So February, things will start to pick up a lot more, and it's going to be a lot more successful than they have been, especially following what's happening in January. March, you had the Five of Cups, so there could be some sort of loss in relation to a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. You're sort of looking to a situation here that hasn't gone your way. It hasn't gone as you had planned, as you had hoped it to, and suddenly, you know, that's going to create some sadness here. It's going to create some loss or detaching. So for some of you, you could be detaching from a water sign. For others, it's like mourning the loss of something. It could be a third-party situation, because the Three Cups that are here. So it's like you've lost this third-party situation, or something hasn't gone your way. But let's note that there is Two Cups behind you here. So second chances are highly likely during this month of March. People coming from the past, people wanting a second chance, wanting closure. But there is an element of sadness that may dominate the month of March here for you. But I think coming into April, which you have the Queen of Cups, suddenly things start to look up a lot more than they previously did. So the Queen of Cups very much represents love and attachment and needing to give something tender love and care. So it's almost like you're going to be tending to someone's needs in March and in April, sorry, and you're going to be happy to do it, Aqua. She's holding the Holy Grail here, so you're going to be holding something very special in your hands by the month of April. Could be a trophy, it could be an award, it could be a person, a connection, something that really evokes a lot of emotional feelings within you. It could also be a card of falling in love, either you falling for someone or someone falling very deeply for you. But it's feeling or being at a very secure place in your relationships, in your love life. It could also be the relationship you have with yourself, your outlook, your emotional state is coming into a state of bliss by the time April comes around. The next card over you had was the Tower card for the month of May. So things start to change drastically. Sudden shakeups and changes of events, wants, needs, desires start to take place, possibly around a fire sign in Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. You can see everything going up in flames. So there's destructive patterns, or there's something that you're deconstructing, something that you're pulling apart, or something that you're starting to see in a new way here. and it's almost revolutionary, or it's going to change the way you've been thinking. It could be a fire sign connection starts to dwindle, starts to break apart. It could be sudden breakups. It could be toxic behavior, overindulgences coming in around you, even physical encounters. But it could also be a project or something you've been working on. It's almost like you're being tested, that it's not coming out the way you want it to. And if we consider it as tests, then it's almost like there's a message here to keep progressing, to keep going and not to give up. There's a message of strength, because the tower underneath it still has solid foundations. It's technically only the tip that's going up in flames. So it's a test of foundations that you have in relationships and your goals and your dreams. It's really the ultimate test, I think, coming up for you here with the Tower card. And it could also be symbolic of a very strong, like, physical connection here, strong chemistry, and you're really connecting with someone, and you're like, wow, you know, this feels amazing, and it just sort of hit you, or will hit you like a jolt of lightning almost. So it could be almost like this sudden feeling that you're struck with, and it happens very, very fast, almost instant even, by the time of May. June, you had the Six of Cups, so things start to get back to basics a little bit more. You've got a lot more balance, and you're meeting someone new. It's a month of connection, okay? For some of you, it's reconnection with the past, a past friend, an ex, a lover. There's a possibility here for you to reconnect with this person in a very powerful way. It could also be a month where you're learning something new, working from home, studying, educating yourself, possibly a month where you're planning children, or talks of children and family, or even blending families may come up for some of you. Anything around the family home is bringing in happiness, because the children bring adventure, they bring sweetness and innocence. So that's lovely to see that you've got that. It's refreshing, especially following what can happen from May with that Tower card. So June in the midpoint, you're much more relaxed, you're much more settled, and things have an element of sweetness. I think from June comes to dictate the rest of the year, which is looking pretty good for you. But it can also be a past life connection coming up for those that believe in those sorts of things. Past life connection, someone from the past, or also by this stage being involved in a brand new romance. Lots of exciting and romantic moments may come to dominate the month of June for you. July, you have the Knight of Cups, so a powerful emblem here of emotion, someone willing to give their heart to you, or you willing to give your heart to someone else. He's going into a peak, to an incline, so things are getting more complex. Things are becoming more heightened, especially emotions. So there's a lot of emotional sensitivity that's coming up. And you may find that within yourself, or you may find that with another person. You're coming up to some sort of climax or some sort of peak with them. And it might have been a long time coming. It might have been a long journey, because you can see he journeys from the barren lands into something more successful, to a high place, that high place of the mountain where God's dwelt. So it could even be like emotional enlightenment. It could be a very powerful spiritual moment that takes place here for you in the month of July, and really dictates your year, Aquarius, especially in the second part of the year. It could be this water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I also associate like confessions, because the Knight of Cups wears his heart on his sleeve. So this is a month where maybe yourself and those around you are really going to be confessing how they really feel. There's not much holding back that's happening here. So I think there's a sense of, I need to tell you how I feel. This is where I stand. You're sort of getting emotional clarity in a way, and that's going to help you proceed forward. And the fact that you've got sort of two knights and then a king, I think that's quite auspicious, and I'll mention a little bit more about that in the extended. But the Knight of Pentacles has come up here for you. So not only the knight's bringing you stability, but the emotional knight is bringing you much more emotion. So I think there's someone here who wants to invest here. And it's becoming a lot more intense. It's becoming a lot more mutual. And I think emotionally you're going to be in such a better place here. Because it's like a genuine offer. It's a genuine connection. It feels real. There's no second guessing. There's no pretense here with that Knight of Cups. And then yes, we see the Knight of Pentacles, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo coming up here. Knight of Pentacles is a lot more stability coming up in your career, Aquarius. He travels very steady. He brings an element of stability. Things start to slow down, but you have more consistency in your routine, more consistency in your career. Lots of financial opportunity could come from these 2 months here as well. So that could kick off by the time of August. Okay, so August, you're inviting more wealth or monetary opportunities. This is like clearing off debts. This is like getting into healthy patterns with money. This is settling in very well if you're at a new job. It could even be a new job, something to do with money, finances, assets, and the physical realm for some of you. So there's excitement here. Knights bring offerings, and they're good offers. They're worthy. So for a lot of you, if you've been looking for that change, July and August period could be where that takes place. Could be where that happens. If it's an earth sign, you're going steady, you're much more committed. It could also be merging finances with someone, moving in with this person. You know, you could be showered with gifts this month, or vice versa, Aquarius. There could be someone showering you with gifts. Very beautiful energy that these knights bring, and they're going to bring it in different areas, in the emotional realm, but also in the physical realm here as well. It could also be a time where you stop and think about things. The Knight of Pentacles is very much a figure of restraint. Okay, so he's not over excessive. He does everything in moderation. He stops to reflect and think about things. And I think monetarily or career-wise, you're really going to be thinking much more clearer in terms of your aspirations or goals or where you're at. There's a sense of complacency here. So you're going to be very happy, or you're going to be very settled where you are, and very much enjoying the direction of things and where they're heading for you, because you're literally coming into that King of Pentacles energy right after, in the month of September. So that this is a profound month for money, buying assets, selling assets, anything to do with beautiful luxury environments, gifts, pleasure. It's a very sensual month potentially in romance, because King of Pentacles is Taurus, and Taurus looking at Taurus ruled by that Venus energy is coming in. So it really is a month where you feel like you have it all. It's really a month where you feel like you're holding on to everything that you've been getting in your life. And the King of Pentacles here, you've got 2 knights, these 2 offerings, and then you get approached by the king. So there's maybe 3 very important people around you these 3 months, I think. And because both the knights look to the king. So romantically, some of you are connecting with a destined Taurus here, okay, for love, romance, relationships. And especially with these 2 cards, I think for a lot of you, you're going to start a work romance as well. Okay, it could even be like an affair or just an innocent flirtation, but that could be coming up around the later part of 2021. But seeing that King of Cups here, King of Pentacles, it could also be a very influential person who's coming up around you. Maybe a friend, maybe a parent, an investor, an associate of some kind, a colleague, a teacher, a mentor. This person comes from a very powerful background, powerful position. They're very influential. They could be very well connected. It could be like a client, a customer, or someone who is going to invite more wealth or more consistency into your life, and you're really going to appreciate that that sort of energy, that what it is that the King of Pentacles can offer you. The next month over in October, you've got the 5 of Pentacles reversed. So I see this as a good sign, because it's the reversed energy would indicate that you're holding on to wealth, or you're not letting yourself get in a position where you're depleted or neglected, or you're underwhelmed or overwhelmed. So you've got a lot of self-control here, and you have the ability to turn around a financial or a professional situation and make it to exactly how you want it to be. Because it's coming up as the reversal, it came up as the reversal here initially. I noticed this and I saw that, Aquarius, you're so in your power that you can literally turn around situations in a very powerful way that time. It could also be someone coming to you for help and you being in a position to give them help. Vice versa, you might find yourself like you sort of avoided being in a precarious situation. You avoided being in a complicated situation because you made things happen for yourself. in a very, very good way. And seeing that makes me think it's either this earth sign who's going to help you, or someone professionally or creatively is going to help you with this opportunity and sort of be able to turn it around here for yourself. So you might have avoided something, you might have dodged a bullet of some kind, or you might have asked for help and then come to realize you don't need it in the end. So when maybe initially the thoughts were, I need assistance, I can't do this without other people, it's not going to work, it's not going to be successful for me. Overall, I feel like instead of that, you're actually going to find your own resources, or you're going to find a way, an option, a way that's going to work best for you and your situation at that time. Because in the next month, by the time of November, you've got this God-gifted opportunity that's coming from the universe, coming from spirit. It could be an emotional opportunity, yes, but it's something that'll take you by surprise, and you could be in a very different position romantically, monetarily, emotionally as well. You're sort of assessing your options, and something's going to come out that you hadn't seen. It could be more that it was behind the scenes, hence why you might be so surprised. And look, it can rule emotional epiphanies for a lot of you as well. So by November, you've got a big emotional epiphany about a connection, about a person, about where it is that you want to be. And you may also notice that people are having those sorts of emotional connections and epiphanies about you. And it's going to have a profound effect because you're sort of ending the year with that Queen of Swords. But look, it could be that you're assessing your options and you change your mind completely to something different. There's unexpected surprises here, but I sense them to be lovely surprises. And the fact that he's sitting at the Tree of Life, okay, these must be on a large scale, so they're not minor. They're quite major surprises here that could impact you in a very, very powerful way. Because like I said, you're coming into that Queen of Swords energy. So by the end of the year, you've got much more assertion. The Queen of Swords, she's almost looking like she's giving direction here. So a lot of you are going to be in a position where you're sort of calling the shots. You've got a lot of this assertive energy. You know what it is that you want. Queen of Swords is very much involved in all the connections. Okay, so romantic connections, love connections. It's all about the mind. Okay, mentally and spiritually, you're going to be in a powerful place here, and it's going to show to other people. There could also be a very important conversation that comes up for you in December. Okay, a very important conversation about family, about networking, about your relationships with other people. Maybe there's a very important presentation or message coming in around you, and it's going to stay with you. It's really potentially going to dictate December for you. So there's something important that's coming in here. It could be news, visa application, correspondence, hearing from someone you've been wanting to hear from that you haven't heard from in quite some time. So these sorts of things are going to be very powerful for you by the time of the end of the year. But overall, Aquarius, I think a lot, for the first 4 months, you're really starting off with emotional things, okay? Emotional trauma, emotional epiphanies, avoidant behavior. There may be some losses of some kind here, but those losses need to happen to sort of shift your perspective in a way. And I think seeing that you're going to come out as a better person, and you're going to start to see that in the midpoint of the year. And then as things start to progress, you'll come into more stability, and you'll be able to turn situations around given all the lessons that you'll learn in the first part of the year. So essentially what you're learning in the first part of the year, you're going to put to good use in the second part of the year, and you're going to come into more emotional stability, financial stability, and then ending on such a strong note with the Queen of Swords. I think you've got a fantastic year ahead, Aqua. But these were the general messages that came up, so bear in mind with me, I am doing these a second time round, but I did think there was something of note for the extended versions, which will explore love and career. So if you wanted to check out the extended version, I will list the link available below in the description box. It'll take you to my Vimeo platform, where you can first check out the trailer to the extended, because there will be 2 separate tarot wheels. And then we'll go month by month and look deeper and delve deeper into love for each month, into career, into your finances, and we'll see what's going on while still taking on and considering those general messages. So I really like the extended for you, Aqua, so I do recommend you check that out for the year ahead. If you were after a private reading, please feel free to reach out. My email is listed below in the description box. I am currently providing those private readings, so do not hesitate to be in touch. Otherwise, please subscribe to the channel to receive updates for readings for your sign. I've got a lot of exciting things coming up in the works here, Aquarius, and I'd love for you to be a part of that journey. Otherwise, I hope you have a fantastic 2021. Please look after yourselves and one another, and I'm sure we'll be in touch very, very soon. So take care and bye for now.